Good evening, afternoon, good morning. I don't know which part of the world guys watching from. Guys, most welcome. Most welcome. This is Denzel Moss. You must welcome to my page. You must welcome to my YouTube channel. Guys, it's a pleasure to have you on board. It's a very beautiful day, very nice Saturday. I'm excited to talk with you today. So, today we are going to talk about manifestation. We are going to talk about the reason. I'm going to explain to you the real reason why people tend to manifest things even unintentionally. There are some people what they're unintentionally. There are some people what you guys have, like you call them slackings, or there are some people what you call slack queens. I don't know what is the word you guys use these days. I don't know if I should wear my cap. So before I talk about the slack queens and the slack kings, I will take you back. First, I like starting my stories. I'm going to tell you a very short story when I was young. So when I was a kid, I think I was about probably 10 or 11 years or something of the sort. So there was a guy in my town. There was a guy in my neighborhood. He was a bit older than me, so he was one of our neighbors. So like when we used to go around the city, around the town, I used to come across the guy. So he was a very, very nice looking guy, you know. So at that age, I didn't really understand money. So I didn't really understand money and how exactly money works. So this guy, he used to dress really, really good, you know. He used to dress really, really, really nice, you know. He wasn't like, he's not like that guy you would call like he was a millionaire or something. But he used to dress really, really nice, you know. He used to dress very nice, you know. He would go and make his hair, you know, a very nice hairstyle. He would put the best shoes, the best clothes, you know. He would always make sure. In those days, it was kind of difficult to drive a car, but that guy somehow he managed to drive some of the best cars. Even he would drive Mercedes, he would drive this, you know. So I didn't know how he did it. I used to wonder exactly, how does this guy do it? You know, I was a bit surprised by how is he able to do it? You know what I mean. So he really looked very cute. You know, he might have been like 5 or 10 years older than me that time. So I was about, let me say, I was about 6. No, I was about around 7 or 8 years. I was a young kid, but I think he was like probably 8 or 9 years older than me. So he wasn't like he was in his teenage time at that time. So he was in his teenage years. So I used to really admire the guy because the guy used to dress nice. He used to drive the best cars. He used to have the best girls. You know, he used to enjoy the life. You know, was eating in the best restaurants. He would go to the best restaurants. You know, he was the talk of the town. You know what I mean? What I can call it was like the top guys, the talk of the town. You know what I mean? So, but then I realized that whenever I would go back to school, because I used to study in a boarding school. So whenever I would go back to school, I spent some few months in school. I would come back for the holidays. I would meet that guy and I would see him better than I saw him last time. So it's like every time I would disappear, I would come back to him and find him. He was doing much way better than I left him before. So he was really like going up the ladder. If he was driving, for example, Mercedes, next time I meet him, he was driving a Range Rover. Next time I meet him, he was doing this. So he was like going up the ladder, but there was no clear information where the guy got his money. Nobody knew where he worked. Nobody knew his real family background. Nobody knew what he was doing. Those kind of jobs. Nobody knew the source of his income. So later on, I found out that actually that guy was, I found out that the fella was actually a con man. So these guys like fraudsters, I can call them like fraudsters. So the guy was a fraudster. Now time went on and somehow we all went our ways. So I went my way, he went his way. So as I started growing, as I grew up later on, there was always something ringing in my head that really, how did that guy, because I used to think a lot about him. I was like, really, how did that guy make that money? How did he become so rich at a very young age? So I was looking for the unknown code. I was looking the code. What code was he using? How did he get his money? How did he get rich? Then later on, I found the solution. And the answer was very far from what you guys think. The very first answer I got when I asked myself all those questions, the very first answer I got, I realized that that guy, at a very early age, he started to do something what they call manifestation. So he started manifesting his own reality. He started to manifesting his own world. Sometimes it is very actually possible that he didn't even know that time he was manifesting money or not. So he started to manifest his own reality, his own wealth, and it was really working for him. Whether he knew it or he didn't know it, but one way or the other, I'm very sure it was working for him. So anyhow, long story short, I'm going to explain to you in this video exactly why you have realized that there are some people, there's that group of people, or I don't know, there's a category of people, what we might commonly know as lately as, the slay kings, those guys, the slay kings and the slay queens, like those kind of things. So those guys, what I need you guys to know is that when you're manifesting anything, whatever you're manifesting into your reality, whatever you're manifesting for yourself, whether it is your girlfriend, whether it is your house, whether it is wealth, whether it is money, abundance, and everything starts in your mind, and everything starts with the mindset. You know what I mean? So for example, I can give you an example. Sometimes you can find those slay queen kings and those slay queens. It's not usually about money. Not everything is about money. So sometimes you can find those people. It's not because they have a lot of money, but sometimes you can find them that they are going to the shops and buying for themselves the best clothes. They're going to the shops buying themselves the best shoes, the best clothes. Sometimes they don't even have, it's not because always they have money, but sometimes you will find them going an extra mile to make an impression of being a slayer, like to slay. They want to slay, to be a slay king or a slay queen or whatever, So you'll find them sometime in town with the best clothes, the best shoes, the best what, They're always trying to make an impression that there is a level and there's a certain level they're moving with. They're at a certain degree. It doesn't matter. Some of these guys, they're not rich. They're not from rich families. They're not millionaires. They're not all that wealthy. But at that level, now, guys, I need you to understand something. When you are manifesting money, when you're trying to manifest money, to manifest money into your physical reality, into your life, it's usually very vital to understand something what they call the money frequency. I've done a video before about money frequency. So what do I mean by the money frequency? Because money vibrates at a certain frequency. So for example, when you're manifesting money, you want to become a millionaire, you want to get up and become a millionaire, you want to wake up in the morning someday in your life and you're very wealthy. The steps and the secret to that wealth is by, first of all, acting like you are already wealthy. What do I mean by acting like you are already wealthy? What do I mean? When you start to manifest, you want to get money at some point in your life. You want to be rich. You want to be abundant. You want to be a millionaire. You want to be what? I don't know. It doesn't matter what. You're supposed to start doing the work. What do I mean by doing the work? You're supposed to present yourself like you are already rich. By doing that, now that's where I'm going to come to that thing of the money frequency. So by doing that, what you're doing, you're going to the shops, you're buying yourself very, very nice clothes, you're buying yourself very nice shoes. This is not because you have the money, but you are trying to prove to the universe that you've started doing the work. Because you've asked the universe that you want to get money at some point in your life, you want to be rich, at some point in your life you want to become a millionaire. So you start to do those small things, those small steps that are going to actually lead you at that level where you are. So the only thing what you're doing by manifestation, by way of manifestation, is that whether you know it or you don't know it, doesn't matter. But when you start dressing in a certain way, the thing what you're doing is that you're raising your vibration. Because remember, anytime when you do a manifestation, most of the time, because you need something, whether it is money, whether you're looking for love, relationship, or whether you're looking for money, you want to be at a certain, at some point in time in your life, you want to be a millionaire, you want to be rich. So you are not yet at that frequency of what you're asking for. That is why you are actually sending out a signal to the universe that you want something, you want money, you want a big house, you want a big car, you want a very nice girlfriend, you want, so you're not yet at that frequency. That's the reason why you send out that signal to the universe. So the secret is, when you send out a signal to the universe that you need money, you need to be rich, you want to manifest wealth, financial abundance into your life. So what you do, you start to do what you start to walk the talk. You have got to walk the talk. By walking the talk, the secret is that when you're walking the talk, so when you start to buy, for example, you start to show the universe, because the universe wants to see you. The universe is not going to give you the money you're looking for or the wealth you're looking for. It's not going to find you sitting down somewhere and feeling sorry for yourself because you've asked the universe to give you money. So then you start sitting down somewhere, and then you're waiting in your bed because maybe you hope that maybe one day in the morning you're going to wake up and money is going to be somewhere on the floor, find you somewhere on the floor. So you start to walk the talk. You want to be a millionaire, so what do? You start to do what the millionaires do. You start to practice those things that the millionaires do. What do? Millionaires get up very, very early in the morning. Millionaires go running in the morning. Millionaires, they like to hang around and associate in public places where there are other millionaires in the vicinity. So what you do, you start to walk those walks that the millionaires do. Now, by doing those small things, you start to that means that you're actually sending out a signal to the universe that yes, I've asked you to give me money, I've asked God or whatever. Everybody has got their own faith, Allah or God or what. So you have already sent out a signal that you want to be rich. So what you do, you start to walk the talk. You do those things exactly what rich people, wealthy people do. What do? They get up in the morning, very early in the morning, they go running, they do this, they do that, they eat very, very healthy food. You know what I mean? So by doing that, whether consciously or unconsciously, whether you know it or you don't know it, by doing that kind of practice, you're actually sending out a signal. You're sending out a signal to the universe that, yes, I'm ready for this. I'm ready to be rich. I'm ready to be wealthy. I'm ready to be in that position that I've tried to manifest, whatever it is you've tried to manifest. So you're already showing the universe that you are ready to start, and you've already started working on it. So you started working on yourself. So you've already killed those beliefs. Yes, that you've killed those old beliefs that you've had. You've eliminated everything from your brain. Yes, you had the beliefs before that you think, okay, maybe one day I'll never be rich or what. Yes, but okay. You finally ask the universe to bless you with money. You know what I mean? To bless you with money and to bless you abundantly. So you've started walking the talk. Now, slay kings and slay queens, I will tell you something about these people. I know so many slay kings on these media pages. I have even some of them. They are some of my friends, slay kings and slay queens. I don't know the version of what you call slay kings for yourself. But in my opinion, slay kings are these people who try to project themselves into a certain image. They try to project their personalities and their character and themselves out there to fit a certain image of a person who they are not, who they aren't initially. So for example, let me say a slay king will wake up in the morning and go and dress like a pimp. He will just go in the shops and buy the best clothes, and when you see him in the town, you will think that he's one of the wealthiest guys in town. He will be dressed in very nice, dressing gold. He will put gold all over his body. You know, the best suits, Gucci, whatever it is, all the best designer suits in the world. So he will present himself as a slay king. A slay queen will also present herself in that same position. She will go buy the best dresses, most expensive dresses, the best shoes, but that does not mean that necessarily she's a rich person or she can even afford it. But she tries to show the universe that yes, I can afford it, I want to look like this is my position, this is my image, this is what I want to be. So they start to model themselves in that direction. Now I'll tell you the secret what happens next. When the universe picks that signal, you start to move in that direction. You're trying to show the universe that you are ready for the money. When you start doing those things, what those people do, those slay kings or those slay queens, they do. And that's why even actually you guys sometimes you see some of them most of the time, when they start presenting themselves in that image of slaying, I don't know, slaying kings or queens, as long as they keep that vibration and they don't kill their vibration, when they keep on that mode of vibrating as slayers, they dress very well, they eat very well, they take care of themselves, nice makeup, these beautiful shoes, nice cars, what you know what I mean. So they make themselves comfortable even before they get the actual wealth. So it is a secret signal. They are sending out a signal. So they're sending out a signal to the universe, and they're trying to tell the universe that yes, I am ready for this. I am ready for this manifestation. I am ready to live like a king. I am ready to live like a queen. So whether most of them, some of them, whether most of them, or even whether they know it or they don't know it, what happens is that when they're doing that kind of slaying game, the slaying practice, maybe it's not a game, I can call it the slaying practice, when they're practicing that slaying game. So what happens is they are indirectly sending out a signal to the universe. So what are they telling the universe? They're telling the universe that yes, this is me, my name is so and so, and this is how I want my life to be. I want to dress in the best clothes. I want to eat in the best restaurants. I want to dress myself with the best shoes. I want to travel in so and so country. I want to travel all the world. I want to be very comfortable. I want to live very wealthy. I want to drive the best car. So they are already sending a signal to the universe that they are ready to live that life they are asking for. They are ready to live their life as a millionaire. They are ready to live their best life. So they are already sending out a vibration, because whatever they do, whether it is a suit, you know, they can go and buy a suit that costs 1,000, 2,000 pounds. They can go and buy the best expensive shoes. It's not because they have the money, but because they're trying to portray themselves to fit a certain image. So usually when they fit that image, when they're able to practice that and they fit that image, when they fit the image, what happens is they start to vibrate. Automatically they start to send a very high vibration to the universe. So when they're sending out that vibration, that's why you see sometimes you will be in town and you see some of those slay queens passing, and everybody will be turning around. They'll be like, wow, that's a beautiful girl over there. That's a beautiful man over there. So everybody will be really, really shocked by their appearance. If somebody has been knowing them before and they're trying to present themselves in that slaying kind of practice, you realize that most of the eyes, they're giving them a lot of attention. So when they're giving them a lot of attention, that is the sign that actually they have started vibrating at a very high frequency, and in that way they are sending out a signal to the universe that I have started to do the move. Whatever I've asked for, I'm very serious about it, and I've started to do the move to work towards it. So I want to, whatever I'm doing now, whichever way I'm presenting myself, this is the exact way that I want to be, and this is the exact way that I want to live all my life. So if they keep that frequency and they keep at that level and they keep every day walking and vibrating at that level, that is the end game, whereby you see those people, they end up actually getting the actual wealth that they deserve. Because whatever they are going to do in that frequency is going to start aligning them with the right people, because they will dress in the right way. So one way or the other, the next step will happen. So they're going to move to the next step, whereby the universe is going to start to align them, to align those people who they need, the exact people they need for them to reach where they want to reach. You know what I mean? Because the universe has already picked that signal that these people, they're already vibrating at that frequency they want. They are vibrating, and they're already practicing and expressing themselves as very wealthy and very abundant and millionaires. So the universe starts to align them with the exact right people that they need for them to reach that manifestation. Because at the end of the day, that's why you see most of those people who want slaying, who like slaying, and they like to showbiz people, they put in the best clothes, they do this, they do that, they put the best suits. At the end of the day, you can find even those biggest modeling fashion companies, they are picking them up for for very huge deals, and they're offering them very huge multi-million dollar deals. You know what I mean? Because they have already expressed to the universe that it is what we want. This is what I want. This is how I want to move. This is what I want to be. So they start to practice the actual practice. They start to step in the best shoes, step in the best suits, step in the best presentation of themselves out there in the universe. So by doing that, they are sending out a signal. So when they send out that signal, the universe picks up that signal, and the universe starts to align them and putting them in the proper places they are supposed to be, so that they can become exactly that actual person that they are pretending to be or they are acting to be. So there's one piece of advice I want to send out to the world, to the people out there. It is good to slay. I've told you the advantages why it is good to slay, because when you slay, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're rich, you have a lot of money, you're a millionaire, or what, you're so rich, you're the best. So, but it just simply means that you're trying to attract good things to your life. So by slaying, those people, what they call slay kings and the slay queens, usually by slaying those people, they are sending out a certain vibration. So it is good to slay in that way, whereby you're sending out that vibration and you're telling the universe that you're ready for wealth, you're ready to be a millionaire, you're ready to be rich. So you're already proving to the universe that you're ready, and you've started walking that walk to become a millionaire. So it is a very good thing, but on one condition, that when you try to slay, when you start that thing of that practice of slaying, trying to live your best life by slaying, you are supposed to make sure that you stay in that vibration, in that frequency, because you cannot lose that frequency. The moment you lose that frequency, for example, you slay today and tomorrow you go back to the guy you was yesterday, and then next week you slay and then you come back to the same guy you was yesterday. You know what I mean? So if you slay and you stay on that level of slaying, slay today, and you don't have to slay only when you're in the street, because people are going to watch you, people are going to see you. You're supposed to slay from the moment you leave your house until the moment you enter your bed. So that means that by slaying, you keep that level of vibration. You vibrate at a certain level whereby you keep that level. This is not about who is looking at you. This is about how you're presenting yourself out to the universe. So you keep at that frequency. When you're slaying, always make sure to keep that level of vibration and don't lose that vibration, because when you lose that vibration, you have got to go back down and start again all over again tomorrow, guys. So that's how it works. So as long as you're slaying, kings or queens, the slayers out there, when you're slaying, always make sure, I don't know whether you know it, I don't know, the way I understand it, when you're slaying, you're practicing what they call the law of attraction. So when you're starting all those practices of slaying and trying to be the best version of you, trying to portray that image, the best image of you out there, you're practically attracting more things and better things to your life. You're attracting the best partners in your life, you're attracting money, you're attracting wealth, you're attracting abundance. So that is the secret with slaying. But when you slay, when you decide to slay and you say like, yes, I'm a slay king and a slay queen, and you just slaying exactly the moment you get out of your house, and then when you're by yourself, you come back to the beginning point. You slay when you get out, you come back to your house, you get yourself back to the beginning point. That is, it starts to like make some sort of imbalance in your vibration. So when you send out that in vibration, it starts to send the wrong signal out there to the universe. So the universe doesn't know what to give you exactly. It doesn't know, do you want to be what you're showing us, what you're showing me, or do you want to be like that? So you are giving the universe two different signals. You're presenting the universe, you're presenting yourself as a slayer, and another day you're presenting yourself as a low guy. Then another day you slay, another day you become. So you cannot give the universe mixed signals. You're supposed to be very direct and very precise when you're doing that slaying. When you're slaying, when you want to prove to yourself or to the people out there, to the world, that you're looking your best, you present yourself in the best way. You want to show the world, you want to show the public that you are indeed a slay king, the only thing you're doing directly or indirectly, you're actually manifesting better things to your life. So that is the secret. But as long as guys, remember, very 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 careful, as long as you keep that vibration. So when you slay, keep it at that level. You either going up the slaying game or the same level. You either on that same level or that level upwards, but not downwards. Because when you go downwards, when you drop that game, you simply come back to the beginning point. It may not make sense to you because I don't know who's watching right now, but some of these things may not make sense to you. It may only make sense to the people who are awakened and who can read these things on 5D or on the 5D level. So it may not make sense, but I just want to interact this subject with those people out there who think or who believe that they want to be slay kings or slay queens. Yes, you're doing a good thing, because the only thing you're doing, whether you know it or you don't know it, you're actually attracting good things and abundance to your life. So that being said, I would like to end this subject by talking about the choices that we make, the choices of the things we get ourselves involved with. You know what I mean? So for example, the clothes we wear, the people we associate with every day, people we talk with, people we surround ourselves with. Because guys, everything what is you are everything what you project out to the universe is exactly what comes back to you. The universe, every time you leave your house, whether you're in a house or you're sitting in your own living room or with your family, everything you say, it's a point. It's a manifestation, because we manifest by way of thoughts, by way of actions. That's why I brought that issue of the slay kings and slay queens, trying to do that practice of slaying, proving to the universe that you're worthy of a huge manifestation in your life. So whatever you say, whatever you speak, whatever you think, any clothes you wear, like clothes, for example, look at my t-shirt, it reads never give up. So for me, it is as simple as saying, I cannot go to if I go to the shop and I want to buy a shirt, or I need to see the message written on it. Because when I buy that t-shirt or a shirt or a suit or whatever, shoes, and I possess it for myself, it becomes my personal possession. So it becomes part of my manifestation. So for example, this one says never give up. It is as simple as that. Whatever I'm doing, I'll keep on going and I'll not give up. It's as simple as that. So whatever you're doing, anything you say, the clothes you wear, the friends you associate with, the people you speak to, what you have in your mind, what you're thinking, each and everything what you do, guys, it can manifest in your reality. So you always have to be very careful and very, 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 very attentive to the things you wish for, the people you surround yourself with, because anything in your surrounding, it becomes a part of you. That is the secret to the law of attraction. Guys, it's been I never made a video this long, but anyway, this one may make a point. It may make some sense, one or two. So, it may. There are some points in there. I just made this video for the slay kings and the slay queens, and just to encourage them that if you are trying to slay, keep on the slaying game, and do not ever drop the level at any point. Keep on slaying and going upwards. Do not slay backwards. You have got to slay upwards for you to be able to manifest whatever you're trying to project to the universe. So you can, at the end of the day, you can realize that those things that you're slaying, they actually become your reality. You grow up to be the person you want. You have already practiced yourself to be. So that's how the law of attraction works. Guys, I cannot make it longer than this, but a beautiful Saturday to all of you. I love you all. Keep on liking Denzo Moz. If you've not subscribed, guys, my page is called Denzo Moz Official. You can always go in Denzo Moz Official, go in there, like the page, subscribe, and share with your friends. Other than that, guys, it's been a pleasure to have you on board. Denzo Moz Unscripted, guys. Love you all and peace out. Bless.